Beauregard Rippey. I'm over to the Scotts Miracle Grove corporate headquarters, Marysville, Ohio, for the Cars and Copters. It's dubbed the Columbus Cars and Copters. I was walking back here, and the guys ahead of me were talking about it being for sale, because it made the front page of the newspaper. We couldn't find a price. Saying how I remember when it was built, and those are hydrangeas and some bluestone. But to have it well manicured like this in Ohio is a different ball game than Florida, where you have nice weather every day to grow plants and all that. It's a different ball game. That's all that glass. That's kind of built to look like a skyscraper, but it's a small, maybe 3 stories at the most. It looks like a skyscraper though. But yeah, a work of art. I have to wait for my turn to get in line here. Clean as a pen. Clean, clean, clean. And they had gardens back behind. I could film all day out here. Just some iron work here. 1:45. They have their stockholder meetings out here, I suppose, once in a while. They had 5 helicopters here last year, this being the second year. We'll see some Buckeye trees back here. Dawn redwood, yeah. Dawn redwood. Okay. 2 helicopters. Big dawn redwood there. People have their it looks different. Just that I haven't been here. I thought there was a pad over here. But I did see Jimmy drive by on his, or fly by on his P-51 yesterday and today. I suppose that he goes to air shows, like the Dayton one was then they'll go to Oshkosh. Different helicopters too, unless that one kind of looks familiar. If you ditch the plane, there's Jimmy right over there talking to some people. He collects military, so I suppose no, that's not him. But military collectors, and Dayton has what, 7 buildings full? And then they go back to Florida, and they probably go to all the Oshkosh ones. Yeah, unique. I'm not sure what's going on with the paint scheme. Kind of a digital look. Very beautiful. I wanted to see the engines. It's got the 4 doors. But yeah, they were pulling like Rolls Royces in beside them there the last time that they've got. That's that Rolls we seen last night. That's some of the cars, and the racing inspired, I called it Porsche there. From performance, luxury. Here at Marysville. Little windsock form. I think that might be one of Jimmy's right there. And just there's 2 props on this guy, and this one has 4, with those being $17,500 a piece, or $75,000 for the props. That one just has 2, and that was like the newest one I've ever seen last year. We'll walk closer to that, but this is the typical with the 4 blades. Very delicate precision machine. And this is the best pad too, so I think this is where the owner parks. hard to tell. They were like pulling out of here. It's hard to tell what the game plan is. It takes a lot of planning and staff and all that. That's why I like to look at the engine. But here we are. Walk right up to the controls. There's usually a GoPro in there like I'm using. A lot of communication there for the back to talk to the front or whatever. Your racing fuel goes in there, the jet fuel. Service in there, a shore power there. And then you see how thin the doors are, so everything's lightweight. That little hasp. This one has 2 of those hasp, 3. This one does too. They build these in Texas, a lot of them. This one has safety wire on it. They all do for the hinge. The nose cone, it wraps clear around. It's pretty cool how that. You can like see down through your feet. That would look cool to look down. Without turning your head, you got like the world's biggest windshield. Those have controls on them to control. You can turn your blade. The servos. There's the exhaust. I'm not sure. Lights underbelly lights.
You got like a YouTube channel or something?
Yeah, a little one.
What's it called?
I'm Rippy, Beauregard Rippy. Like the Plain City Car Show. I got like 600 subscribers.
I'll look it up.
Or this is Copters and Cars, Marysville. And search, and if you see me on there.
Alright.
They've only had one of these, so. Is this your unit? Yeah. I remember. Those are $17,500 a piece. 75,000 for them. The blades. For them. Remember.
Yeah, we're here for the cars course.
Yeah, it's like kind of a favorite one, man, in a way. But they've only had like one of them, so.
Yeah.
But just vlogging and YouTubing.
That's cool.
A lot. Car shows. It is. It's so fun. Today, that's kind of sort of be working.
Nice meeting you, man.
My pleasure. Is that a Continental in there? Didn't get to ask them for theirs. They probably have a channel too. Not sure what's going on here. It looks like it turns. That's quite a bit of stuff going on there to maneuver. That's a ton of stuff going on there. This thing's sick. Maybe I'll be able to look at my film and determine the engine type.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because that they walked away.
I hate to drive to Cleveland. Yeah. You know him before you started working? No. I got to know him pretty well. You knew him first. And then
Get going over here to the other one for time purposes. There's a lot of controls there. One down. And then the control for both hands. Or no, just one stick for each person's what that is. This is a funny year for the lawn too. I noticed how they were cutting it when I would go by. Got a little more familiar with the land here. This one's marked right on it. It's a Bell. They're from Texas. With the 2 blades compared to the 4 is normal. The door opens this way. Different. It's a whole different animal here. Kind of a more traditional, you think, here? They would have something like that, yeah. And then, but a blade there. a wing. So that other one has a whole different way of doing whatever you have to do back here. It has very different. And you can see there the width of those blades are even wider. No, it's, I suppose those are 30,000 a piece or more. Very delicate machine. Some wild looking cables. Not sure what's going on with all that. That is sensing something there maybe. And then I forgot too about all your bearings. In the little boxes, it all has to be perfect. Big jet engine in there. Riveted construction. Bell 505. Just one very large door here. Pretty luxurious unit with your flat screens. Huh. Yeah, beautiful gunmetal gray. All that with a hard nose. And we've seen a couple pretty wicked ones here last year too. They were like stealthy. And but a quick look over here that because the films there are different times. This is like a Pope mobile. This is a Rolls Royce mommy hauler for the Pope. Did I miss those? I was looking at these units yesterday over at Luxury Performance. Actually, I was looking for a different one, and because they just keep moving these cars so much. GTR. Was that the Nissan? Actually, these, you see these go by my house once in a while. Those are the Rolls Royce ones. Yes, it is a Nissan. That one was parked at my office. So they've been busy over there. Luxury Performance right on the plate. Performance Luxury. I'm sorry, I got them transposed, but the Scott's corporate headquarters for the Copters and cars. We're going to be on the final Saturday of June. Thanks for watching.